Trouble. Bad cat. Look at that. Bad look.
Bad cat.
Yeah, here's Pepper. She thinks she's famous. She can do whatever she wants.
That's right. She's like, talk to my agent.
And I think it's an interesting type of item when you have the only one or the only ones. And I got really good money for it, and I didn't pay a dime. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Almost, you see that? I should probably edit that. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Thanks for joining us. I had a busy day today, so it is late in here. Let me look. It's 10 o'clock at night. I don't know when you're going to see this. And I haven't filmed anything. I haven't done any shipping, and I'm doing this a day early. I'm trying to get stuff out so people get it by Christmas. You know, sometimes you see these videos a day after, 2 days after, sometimes 3 days after the fact. But I have a lot of good stuff going out of here today. Some good sales. I have an item today. There's a couple topics. This is one of them, and then another one in a few minutes when I have Reagan and Blue Ridge Mama in here. I've got a couple decisions to make, and I figured I'd call in the big guns, and they'd help me make the decision or tell me what to do, and then ask you what you think as well. But I have a couple items that sold today. I listed these. There's no track record, right? I talk about Worth Point from time to time. I like Worth Point. I have a link, but it's a little pricey, to be honest with you, so it's not for everybody. But I didn't even look this up on Worth Point, or excuse me, I did look it up on Worth Point, and I didn't see any other than the one recent sold on eBay. I don't know, I haven't looked since I've listed them, but this is an item that was tough to price. And so whenever I have something tough to price, I price it high. I mean, I ask the moon for it, and then over time I'll drop it down. But I didn't even drop this down. I totally forgot I even had them, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to tell that story today. And I think it's an interesting type of item when you have the only one or the only ones. And I got really good money for it, and I didn't pay a dime. So I'm looking forward to showing you those and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's take a look. For the two people out there who give me absolute grief about thumbnails, titles, and how long they have to wait before I talk about the topic, it's the sixth item. That's what I'm going to talk about. Boy, look at this. I'm a little nervous. See that thing shaking? I think I can do it. This thing got all the way back from Gastonia without breaking. And now it got to the table. Awesome. So these are really cool. I picked these up, if you remember from that video with Paul down there in Gastonia. I picked these up and I'm like, these are going to sell. I have a great track record of selling mushroom stuff lately. Absolutely love it. I don't know, all mushroom stuff doesn't sell, but when you get something, I mean, come on. Salt and pepper, look at that, I'm going to break it. Made in Japan, vintage salt and pepper shakers. This one went to a viewer, went to Rebecca. She said she's getting it for her daughter, $17 plus shipping. Let me tell you, there was a ton of watchers on there. A little chip right there. But these are pretty cool. Love it. Reminds me of the Smurf show. If you remember that video on the Commonwealth Picker channel, those were $1. Have you ever bought something and wondered what the heck you bought it for, like almost immediately? Well, here you go. I only paid $1 for these, but they have been here forever. They finally got out of here on a sale, like 30% off. Instructional guitar videos. Esteban. I don't know. You probably know it. Sealed. No, they're all sealed. Still took forever to sell. $7.70 plus shipping on this. Here is an item I picked up from Apmatics, from Rich the Auctioneer. Find it here. I'll use my screen. Is that it? Is it green one or blue? Yeah, it's the blue one. This is, I like picking this stuff up. $7.70, or excuse me, $9.75 is all free ship. I think there was some out there for like $9.99. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna take forever to sell. I might as well list it just a little bit under. I don't like to undercut the market very often, but I do just a little bit. And this is a, what is it? Universal remote control for a PS3. Generic. I don't know. Huge, you know, because they're a multi-quantity item, I'm making like $4 or $5 on them after shipping and stuff. $4 probably. $4.50, let's say. And there were so many of them, I'm like, what the heck? Easy shippers too. This sold for $9.75 free ship. All right, I was invited to a church sale down in Bedford one morning. And, you know, I guess one of the people who was working there, I guess they knew I was a picker, so they sent a message out to me. And when I got there, the things were priced like right at that level. Like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? It's like they set a trap for me. Not really. They were really kind. This had 20 bucks on it, and I'm like, gosh. I'm like, 15 is a no-brainer for me. 20 bucks is a little bit, you know, I got to take it home and see if it's working. And, you know, at that point, I was still, it's only going to sell for 40. So I paid 20 because they were so nice. And I brought it home. And it worked, which is cool. And so, it's, you know, it's not new, obviously. And it's over 40. So 20 into 40, we're going to make a little bit. You know, we'll make 15 bucks on it. I'm okay. All right, next one's got a little story behind it, and it's what I alluded to at the beginning. So I taught at the same high school for 21 years, and a long, long time ago, I don't know how long, but I mean, at least, I would say maybe my second or third year at that high school. So, you know, 18 years ago, 19 years ago, they were doing a discard. The library was doing a huge overhaul, and they discarded a bunch of stuff. And so a few things I grabbed pretty darn quick because I'm like, well, why are you getting rid of this stuff? I just started selling on eBay. One of them was the letters, papers, and speeches of Jefferson Davis, first edition. Okay. And it was, I sold it for quite a bit of money. Just, they were giving this stuff away. I don't know, 800 bucks or something. It's probably worth, you know, way more than that now. I could probably go to Worth Point and look it up, see what I sold it for. It's been, well, I don't know how the Worth Point goes back that far, but this right here was in that same discard pile. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but I knew it needed a home. So it is, and there's a bunch of these here. This is volume 4 and volume 19, the Journal of Negro History. I mean, they look like they've never been cracked. And I was reading through them. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. And there's no track record of any solds on eBay whatsoever. But I'm keeping these because they need to go somewhere other than just be discarded. And, you know, who knows what's going to happen to them. So I don't do a whole history lesson, but I want to give you an idea. So this is by year. So volume 4 is 1919. And basically it takes all of the big papers that were written in that year by African Americans. It takes the conferences. It takes just basic everyday recollections of what's going on, how to educate people about their own past and what the trends are and how to move forward. Is all kinds of amazing stuff. It even gets into detail like, you know, the history of African Americans in Spanish America, you know, like in Florida before it was part of the United States, you know, Spanish speaking Africa, you know, all kinds of amazing things. And I'm like, this is, I'm at least going to take it out of the library discard and put it in the social studies department. Maybe somebody can use it. Well, it sat there forever and ever. Eventually it moved from one social studies department to, when they redid it, to another one. And I was afraid it was going to disappear. So I took it and I put it in my classroom for like 10 years. And then when I left, I'm like, holy, because I mean, it was just, everything was, well, I don't want to get into it. Let's just say that I didn't want this to sit there. So I brought it home, and then I looked it up one day. I'm like, what in the world? I couldn't find anything but for years, and all of a sudden one of them popped up as a sold for 50 bucks. I'm like, really? I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll list them because I'll get them to somebody who wants them. And they just sat there forever and ever and ever. They've been on my store forever. And never sold any of them. Sold two. $50 a piece. And I'm so happy, and I'm so curious about this person who bought them. They're going to Chicago. And I sure hope that finds a good home and is used. So awesome. I can't help but to make a little money off of these things too after all these years of looking them around. All right, Turner has a ton of sales, thank goodness, out of that Homeschool Hustler store. What do you think? That's a lot of sales, isn't it? Mm-hmm. He told me, he's like, if only these were individual sales, he'd make a lot of money today, wouldn't you? You're still going to do pretty good. I think 5 different sales or 6. And most of these, if not all of them, I think are to viewers. So they are trying to help us clean out that store so we don't have to relist it all on the other store. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, what do you got in your hand there?
Winnie the Pooh.
That's Winnie the Pooh, and that's from Sears. You don't know what Sears is. I don't think you've ever been in a Sears. Crazy. That's a vintage one from Sears. We're gonna say thank you to some people in a minute, but we'll talk about each item. What is that right there?
A lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber. That's right. Do you know whose it is?
No.
You don't remember? Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I have no idea.
You don't remember Obi-Wan? Oh my goodness, it's time to pull out the Star Wars movies. You used to watch those like crazy. So we'll have to do that. All right. And that one's pretty cool. That one sold for pretty good money right there. Let me look here. All right, so Obi-Wan, well, I'll tell you what, I only have a total for everything. Should we let Pepper in? All right. You let Pepper in. I'll talk about these while you're letting Pepper in here. So that's a Husky Helper, 1977 Fisher Price. Look who's here. How you doing? How you doing? You miss us? We've been at a little Christmas play today. And Google Lens is your friend. This one was a big seller, but it sold. And it came from a sale, y'all. Let me go over here and show you real quick. It came from the Unexpected Jackpot. And if you haven't seen that one, you really need to go check it out. $1,549. That one just sold for like $6. So free shipping. So not much money there. Right, Pepper? Not much money. Melissa and Doug stuff sold. Let me see if I can give you some oh, here's a vintage Winnie the Pooh Christmas ornament that's sold. All right, so let's see here. See if I can get some names we can say thank you. Oh, and Taz. I forgot I pulled Taz out earlier. This is Taz Easter Bunny. What do you think of that, Turner? I think $10 for that one. That one went to, you're going to have to say some thank yous here. Maitland's? Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, and Pepper says thank you. And Christine bought 3 things. She bought the Obi-Wan, or 2 things. And, no, 3 things. And the Melissa and Doug. And she bought the Husky Helper. Right there, 1977. Best year ever, unless you're Elvis. Pepper, you are something else. We've been gone all day. Sandy bought that Winnie the Pooh Turner, and that one was, I think, just under $6 plus shipping. Paid $1 for it. And then the other little Winnie the Pooh went to Amy, a girl being frugal. And that one sold for $8. Hope you enjoy that. You want to say thank you to everybody?
Thank you, everybody.
You can't remember all those names, can you? Neither can I. I appreciate it, though. All right. Thank you, buddy. This is definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $6. Save $6. Spend $6 and donate $6.
All right, bud. Bye.
Bye.
And this one was one of our 12 days of Christmas sales. Went to Christina. Every time I see your name, Christina, I want to thank you. And I'm also jealous because you live in Hawaii. And that bag right there, along with some other stuff, I think it's inside there. I hope it is. I'll have to check. Stickers and whatnot. That one, where I think this was Red Cross. We're doing Red Cross because of all the tornadoes. So thank you so much for your generosity. We appreciate it. And I have, I think, 1 blue and 1 pink left. So we're going to run some more, even if we go over Christmas. Probably for Red Cross for these, but we will see. So Christina, thank you. We put $66, y'all. Some stickers, maybe an ornament. If there's not, I'll throw one in there in the bag. Amazing. All right, I brought the brain trust in here. I brought Blue Ridge Mama and Reagan because we got to decide something. Because we had something happen today. Obviously, y'all know that Paul, our merch guy, passed away. And so we're starting to run out of stuff. We got to make some decisions for the new year. And stuff's starting to sell like crazy, y'all. Do you know how many things sold this year out of the store, Reagan?
She spent the night at a friend's house. She's
sleepy, aren't you? All right, see, and there you go. There's another example. So Reagan's really busy here, and I feel bad putting so much on her. You know how much stuff sold out of this store this year?
No.
We fulfilled, I just looked, 1,394 orders out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store. Yeah, and so that's a lot of work. And now, Paul did so much of this work for us, y'all, behind the scenes. He would do our inventory, and when we got low, he'd send us more stuff, and he'd update it on the back end so we didn't have to do any of the computer work. Well, we just sold something that we didn't have, so hopefully I'm going to try to fix it. We sold 3 blue shirts today, and 1 of the XL sizes, and we don't have it. So Blue Ridge Mama told me she was pulling orders, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, sorry. So sometimes I give away stuff to, a viewer or something, or somebody I meet out there garage sailing and forget to take it off. So anyway, y'all hear Pepper at the door. All right, I don't want to keep you here forever, so I just want to ask, well, let's say thank you to these people first. What do you got?
Yeah, we got some thank yous. Well, we have Bob here that his son has bought him something and wants to wish him a very Merry Christmas. So that's sweet.
Merry Christmas, Bob. I'm going to let Pepper in so she doesn't drive us crazy. You get it? All right, you keep going.
Okay. Then we have Sarah, and her eBay store is T for Moosey.
T for Moosey. Thank you.
Moosey, not Moosey's. We have a restaurant here that's Moosey's.
That's
so
right.
That's why that came out that way. Edward, Matthew, and he has a store too that's ABC Matt Breaks.
Yeah, he's from Portland. He's been around for a long time. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah. And a thank you to Justin and Cameron.
All right. Well, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. Now, here's the deal. And we've got to make this decision, and we want your input on it, and I want your input on it. I've had a lot of people reach out about doing our merch for us. And it's growing. You know, Facebook's growing. It's over 90,000. It's growing like 1,000, 2,000 people a day. And we're starting to sell tons and tons. So what do you think? Should we keep fulfilling our own stuff? Or do you think we should maybe start outsourcing like we did kind of here with this? I had so many people ask for a traveling mug. And so when this opportunity came up, badcatcoffee.com, I'm like, yeah, because we're having a hard time keeping up. So what do you think, Pepper?
She's going to do it. Can you keep up with inventory, Pepper?
Reagan, what do you think? Maybe we should do some inventory. Maybe we should fulfill some of it and let somebody else fulfill some of it. But see, I like it because we get to sign things. We get to throw in extra goodies and stuff like that every now and again. What do you think, Bluebird's Mama?
I think that it's a lot. And it sure was nice having Paul keep up with the stuff.
Oh, sure is. It's taking a lot of time.
It just, you know, like you said, it ebbs and flows kind of. It's just when it gets really busy, it's hard to keep up.
Or we come out with a new product, it's like there's hundreds. And, you know, we're resellers. We're absolutely flattered. I'm just shocked every day at how much y'all buy and how kind you are. Right, Pepper?
I do love, like, the mundane tasks of like, doing inventory. When I worked in the pharmacy, that was...
Well, I mean, we've outsourced one. Maybe we do that. I don't know. So, anyway, y'all can comment below. We enjoy doing it, but at times it does, you know, look, she's tired. She's a busy gymnast.
I just can't have you yelling at me for slacking on listing for keeping up with inventory.
Have I ever yelled at you? Oh, my goodness.
No, not on the plans.
Trouble. Bad cat. Look at that. Bad cat. Yeah, Pepper. She thinks she's famous. She can do whatever she wants. That's
right. She's like, talk to my agent.
All right, and I have another question for y'all, but I'm going to save it for another day. Actually, yeah, I'm going to save it for another day. We're going to save it for maybe tomorrow. What do you think? Maybe I'll film it here and put it on tomorrow's video. Does that sound good?
I want to know, but you can't tell me now and be like, you have a question and then wait.
Sure I can. All right, thank y'all. And we're going to get this stuff shipped off, and then I'm going to film the rest of this video.
Merry Christmas, Bob!
Bye! And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthBigger.com.
Right, these are on a TikTok that I did, and a video on Commonwealth auctions, because I got them at a thrift store. And I don't go into thrift stores very often, but actually, just one of them, not two. And then we put it over there. I don't know what else I put it. Where else did I put it? Oh, I put it on Instagram as well. And this is pretty cool. Camo, Virgin Lynchburg Hellcats, American flag, stadium giveaway. Think of the gym, see? You can always tell because the sponsor's got to have it on there. Promo Adventures, but they're new. And I paid $1, and they sold for $10 plus shipping, and this one sold to a viewer. Not a big profit, but I like selling hats. Thank you, Kevin, for inspiring me to resell and to start YouTube this year. It's been a very blessed year for me and my family, and I hope it's a blessed Christmas for you and yours. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. People always ask me why I don't buy shoes, and the reason is because these bins back here never get empty. If they were empty, I would buy more shoes to fill them up with. But I didn't buy these. These were Reagan's. And Bluebird's Mama sold them. We didn't get too much snow around here last year, and they were still in pretty darn good shape. So these right here, I've probably taken a loss on these actually. Sold for $15 plus shipping, but better than dropping it off at the Goodwill. That sounds like the good back of a mug. Better me than Goodwill. Or a t-shirt. Now somebody's gonna steal it. Probably Paul. Flipper. W2K18 Xbox One right there. Not a bad sale. I bought it in a bulk buy. And that right there sold for $10 free shipping. So, not huge money. I think I paid $1 for it. So, I'm going to make about $4 is all. I like to throw those just in a bubble mailer. And sometimes I'll put cardboard on top just to make it a little firmer. Or something inside of it, even bubble wrap. Xbox One cases aren't that bad. But they get a little squishy right there on the sides. So, I like to have something to give it a little extra support. But, you know, it couldn't hurt. These poly mailers are the ones that I talk about. People ask me about all the time. They're the cheapest ones. Well, the cheapest blue ones I can find for sure. I do believe I have a link to them. Anyway, I just wanted, while I'm over here talking about the table, to give some thanks out to some folks who got the plans for the Commonwealth shipping table. Let's see, Rico Cindy, Sarah, and Justin. And that's, let me read this, Triple Enterprise, LLC. And that was a nice message that you sent about your daughter and your wife as well. So thank y'all. And those planes over on CommonwealthPicker.com. We will email them to you. If I have to send out a hard copy, I will, but I'm running low. I better go make some copies. All right, here's an item that I'm actually selling at a loss. And I don't want to get in great detail, but a viewer bought this, and I want to read that comment to you as well. All right, here it is. It's a book. I bought a bunch of them. 12. I bought 12 of them. What do you know? Gary Vee, who I don't endorse here on this channel. And, you know, a lot of people love Gary Vee and a lot of people hate Gary Vee. I will just say that number one on his list, gratitude, I think is absolutely the key. All right, let me read this and let me read what the viewer said. All right, now I could talk about that book. I could talk about all kinds of stuff forever. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. Let me just say that if you know about that book and you understand it, then you might know why I'm selling it at a loss. If not, maybe you can, you know, ask your teenage kid. And they might not know either. Or you could ask Tim it over the years. All right, this is from Nancy. And she has a pretty long message here. And it's for her daughter, Adele. And so shout out to Adele. And she asked me to do a few things. I'm not comfortable with all of this, to be perfectly honest. But I am going to address one part of it. By the way, Adele, you're way too young. He's got a potty mouth. It's not good. But I'm going to say this, because one of the things she talked about is telling Adele that it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to ask your teachers for help, and it's okay to get wrong answers. So, you know, I used to teach some brilliant kids at the tail end of my teaching career. I mean, the IQ's way better than mine. I mean, these kids were brilliant. Some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them were. I taught AP World. At any rate, I used to tease them and say, well, they didn't think I was teasing. They thought I was serious. But that's what was funny about it. I say there's no such thing as stupid questions, just stupid people who ask questions. which isn't true, but I would try to get them off guard because they were so confident. You know, a lot of people that don't have confidence struggle with that kind of stuff. But I love this. And when I used to teach, when I used to coach my baseball team, I would take those kids that were afraid to fail and I would make it okay to fail. I literally would do practices training them how to take risks and learning how to fail. I talk about it with Turner all the time. You know, if you're going to make mistakes, you got to make them going forward. You can't make them retreating. And that's kind of the, you know, it's part of the reason why I quit my job to do what I'm doing now. You know, faint heart never won fair lady. Fortune favors the bold. And it goes on and on and on. So, you know, risk takers tend to make it. And he's a risk taker. And it doesn't always work out. But if you have confidence in your own ability, it's okay to make that mistake because you know you can bounce back from it. So anyway, I'm not going to talk forever. So I read the rest of your message and thank you so much. And shout out to Adele. I hope you don't read this book for a while. It's a little too above your age level right here, but maybe eventually when you get there, I hope you enjoy it. I haven't sold one of these Twisted Radio Waves. I think I have a listed media mail, but you know, I don't think this is to a viewer. This is Jerry Garcia's Dr. Demento interview. And so a lot of times like this close to Christmas, I'll send this thing out first class. It's, you know, gonna be the same price anyways, close enough. And it'll probably get there. But if you send this thing media mail, it's unlikely. And that was $9. This was $12. Sometimes I'm compelled to buy things. I come across this thing, I probably paid a quarter, 50 cents, $1, I don't know. January 1976. And, I mean, come on, how do you pass this thing up? You want to rescue it, right? And pass it on to somebody. And it's got Bruno Sammartino. I remember watching him. I mean, he was old when I was young watching, but I remember him. Mask of Ivan Putski. Some crazy stuff right there. Charles Atlas. Dynamic tension system. It's worth just going through and looking, right? And so this does not go media mail. I have a video about media mail. This is not media because it's got advertising in it. But I mean, you could get away with it. To be perfectly honest with you, you can ship this thing media all day long. You're gonna get away with it. But it's not. But it is first class. I put it in a record box these days because it's so easy, as opposed to cutting out the cardboard and doing whatever. But you know, it's a little expensive to do it that way because you got to pay for that box, which is like 50, 60 cents now. But whatever, I'll take it. It's still first class. I got an Enterman going out to Joni. Joni, thank you. appreciate it very much, and we hope this guy gets some things moving out of your eBay store here. If not in Q4, definitely in Q1. And look, if you're just starting, don't get disappointed. There's another little bump. Right when people start getting those tax refunds, you start to see some sales too. Oh, and I almost forgot. I took an offer on this one right here. Nobody likes to give apples to teachers anymore. This one's got a name, but Rice Products. Made in Taiwan. It's an old one. And the stem is still intact. These things don't go for much. Usually I get like $14. You know, the alabaster looking ones. The green ones do better than the red. But teachers, you know, they're paperweights. So don't eat them. This one sold for $11. I paid probably $1 for it. $11 plus shipping. All right, y'all remember Ivan and Angie? They've sent us stuff in the past. Well, they sent us a bunch of stuff now, and then he said, don't open it on the show. You don't have to do that. And I said, okay. But then we're going to open it on the show. Y'all want to come? Turner's excited. You like presents, don't you, bud? He didn't send me anything. This is all for y'all. Come on, find the bag and open it up. Find the bag and open it up. All right, there should be some. There's one. I can see one for Blue Ridge Mama already, right there. Starbucks card.
Oh my goodness.
My bag's for Reagan.
Oh, that even says to me. That's so sweet.
Oh, and that St. Jude, see that St. Jude hat back there? He said that's for Reagan, since we give to St. Jude. So, brand new there too. That's pretty cool. All right, look at those. That looks like some vintage ET stuff.
ET.
I think Daddy's gonna take those and resell them. What do you think?
This is
Those are
crazy.
Cool. Ivan, that is awesome, Angie. We appreciate it. Oh.
He's gonna freak out.
Is it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Oh, Turner just got to see the new Spider. We all did. It's fun. Oh my goodness, look at all those, y'all.
I have
Look
one.
at that.
There's one.
I can see those showing up
but
in my
it's like a
store.
different texture. It's I mean the same texture.
Check that out.
You gonna put this?
And got some pins.
Are you gonna let us put
What's
this
the
on
year
the
on
regular
that?
tree, or are you gonna put
Oh,
this on
other
the tree in
stuff.
your bedroom?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because I already got one that's kind of.
I like it. Oh, there's a gift card in there too. Look at that. Or is that just... No, that's not a gift card. It's hot chocolate.
No, it is.
Oh, it is a gift card.
Oh, to Turner. It says to
Check it
Turner.
out. Walmart gift card.
Oh,
Y'all
Walmart
did
gift
way too
card.
much. These are bells for you. You found them at the thrift store.
What?
Little puzzle for the kids.
Santa's.
Oh, they gave me a card.
Wendy's.
Oh.
Who likes to go to Wendy's?
He knows what you like to do.
And get, what are you gonna get
What are you
there?
gonna get? Yeah.
Junior bacon cheeseburger?
No.
What do you always get?
A vanilla frosty.
That's right. What do you do with the French fries?
No.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, that's
Normal
right.
people dip French fries in a Frosty. Turner dips chicken nuggets in a Frosty. And a Walmart gift card.
All right, y'all. So that was really, really kind of y'all. We appreciate it. Let me read this real quick as you're opening it up. Oh, look
Yes,
at it.
I
Y'all
mean,
spoiled.
love
this
it.
is so
I'm
thoughtful.
putting this on my tree.
He says, thank y'all for the entertainment and knowledge you provide. Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, Angie and Ivan.
So very
Thank
kind.
y'all.
Thank you,
Ivan and Angie.
Hey, as we get a little closer to Christmas here, just a little update. So we're going to do our best to try to put out some content over, the next 2 weeks. But we're taking a little time off, for family stuff, like I'm sure you are too. And so it may be a couple of days between videos, maybe 3 days between videos from time to time. And we'll definitely get back at it sometime in the New Year's. But there'll still be some videos. So hopefully you enjoy them. I know you're busy too, so we hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Hey, quick shout out to Tracy and Jeff. I know they've been working really hard this week trying to get stuff out. The mugs and the coffee and stuff, people have been ordering them before Christmas. So hopefully they get there. We appreciate it. And if you're looking at the CommonwealthPicker.com store, there are some sizes that are starting to sell out. And we haven't got, obviously, a new merch person yet. So anyway, thank y'all for everything, and we can't wait to see you next time.